should have some sort of fruity drink for this one. I feel like it's a fruity drink video. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. Today is BookList Thursday. I'm so excited to have you here. BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book thoughts, book recommendations, book ideas, something bookish related. And today is super exciting because it's one of my favorites. It's a absolutely pure recommendation list, which we haven't done in a little bit, I feel like. But with the approach of the end of the school year, which we are so excited for over here in the Mugerauer house because we just are. The summer is a really, really fun time for us. We have a lot of activities we do. We spend a lot of time outside because, well, hello, it's Wisconsin. We finally have good weather. And I also find myself reading a little bit differently than probably the rest of the year. So today's theme is summer book recommendations. Now, Sarah and I don't talk about this beforehand. We just kind of give each other the theme and we go where we want with it on our own. So I am taking this literal. These are 5 books that take place during the summer that I think are really great summer reads. Now, I'm going way back in the archives for this. Very first one, like way back. Like I think this is PK, like pre-kids is when I read this book. So I'm gonna go with Judy Blume's Summer Sisters. Oh, we have such a glare today. How about that? You can kind of see it. Anyways, Judy Blume's Summer Sisters. This follows 2 friends. We have Caitlin and Victoria, I believe. And they, summer of 77, Victoria is very surprised when Caitlin kind of befriends her because they come from 2 very different worlds. Caitlin comes from a very uber-rich family. Victoria does not. And that summer, Caitlin invites Victoria up to Martha's Vineyard to hang out for the entire summer, and she goes. So then we fast forward to present day where they are now grown up. Victoria works in New York and Caitlin something happened. They've parted ways. Caitlin now comes back to her and says, hey, I'm getting married in Martha's Vineyard. I really want you to come and be my maid of honor. Victoria is hesitant at first. She's not really sure why. She should go after so many years and something has happened. They've become estranged, but at the last minute she decides, I'm gonna go because I gotta figure out what happened that very last summer we were together that kind of broke us apart, right? It is, again, just a pure summer, easy read. You just devour it. And it's Judy Blume, and I have such love for her from when I was a kid and read her books that I love it that I can find adult versions of her stories. And this is one of the few that I found. Probably, gosh, it's been a long time since I've read it, but I do still clearly, like, I can picture how I have these characters in my mind and the thoughts, so very, very good read. My next suggestion takes place again during the summer. It is Little Mercies by Heather Gutenkopf. I know I've talked about this book before. This is my very first Heather Gutenkopf book that I read by her, and I was addicted to her. And trust me, she is an amazing author. I cannot wait to get my hands on her most recent one. I've heard nothing but amazing things. Like, I need to get that book into my house. Anyways, let's talk about this one. This one follows Ellen Moore. She is a social worker. She's been a social worker for most of her life. It is her job to protect the children. So it's a very straining job on her. She has kids of her own. She's trying to balance this career with being a mom and being a wife and all of this stuff. You know, the stuff we go through all of the time. Like, every day. But one day she finds herself in one of the worst possible situations. She's called to an emergency situation. She has to go there. It is one of the hottest days of the year. She gets there. She helps these kids. She deals with the situation, comes back to her car and realizes that she forgot that she had her youngest child with her. And she left her in the car on this really, really hot day. And she's supposed to be the one protecting kids, and now she's on the other side of the fence. So very, very eye-opening read. Very eye-opening read. Heather doesn't joke around. She does her research. I truly trust some of the system stuff and the the investigation side of things to be true. I actually saw her speak at my local book club about this book, and she talked about the research that went into this book. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. Really pick it up. Takes place in summer. The next summer read I have for you now, don't judge too hard. and just give it a try because it's by Nicholas Sparks. I'm going to say you need to read Safe Haven. I wish I didn't have so much glare today. Safe Haven. It's got a bike on the cover. It's cute. I loaned this to my cousin already. Now, I am a very wishy-washy Nicholas Sparks fan. This is one of my favorites. Absolute favorite by him. There are a few others that I really like, and there's others that I've read by him where I'm like, I am bored out of my mind, my friend. But Safe Haven is worth it. Trust me. So this takes place again during the summer, and our main character, whose name I don't remember. We're going to look that up. Is it Joe? I feel like it's Joe. Here we go. Katie. So Katie all of a sudden shows up in a small town in North Carolina. It's on the coast. It's the middle of summer. She is running away from something. She's run away from a very, very bad relationship. Her husband is really abusive, so maybe don't read this if that's a trigger for you. But very abusive. She's trying to get away from him. The trouble is he is a pretty high up there, either a detective or a sergeant, or he's works in the police force. So she finds solace in this small town. She's completely off the grid. She's thinking she's going to be safe. She meets one of the people who live there. What is his name? Alex, who kind of runs the general store there. And they kind of begin a friendship that turns into a little bit more. And then some stuff happens. So I'm not going to spoil anything because I really, really love this book. Definitely summer vibes. Like July 4th is a really big date. Stuff happens on July 4th, but very, very summery. Love this book. I really was surprised by some of the stuff, and usually a Nicholas Sparks book does not surprise me. Parts of it are still going to be a little predictable. There's definitely a romance involved, but there are some other twists in there that I appreciated and didn't really see coming. So really highly suggest this. It's definitely an easy read for you, which is kind of what I look forward to in the summer. It's just something I can easily read and kind of not have to overthink. My next suggestion for a summer read is going to be Amy and Roger's Epic Detour. This is by Morgan Matson. Morgan Matson has a number of really great summer reads. We've got Since You've Been Gone and The Unexpected Everything, something like that. There's a few of them. They come out every summer. This was my first Morgan Matson book, and I truly enjoyed it for a number of reasons. So we have our two main characters. Amy, her mother has gotten a new job, and they're moving across country. Amy stays behind to finish up the last few weeks of, I think, high school before she moves out there. And they've arranged for her to ride with Roger across the country to kind of meet up with her mom. Roger is kind of a friend of the family. They kind of know each other, but they're not really friends. But they're now going to be stuck in this car for this cross-country journey. And it actually turns out really, really cute. So not only do you have, you get all of this, like, extra stuff in this book. So you have playlists of what they're listening to. You have places where they stop. You have the emails she's sending back and forth with her mom. There's one of the playlists that they listen to. It's just such a fun little book that their original plan of how they're going to get across country, they kind of change it, and they have a lot of fun with it. So a very perfect summer read, a summer like vacation-y, take a road trip kind of read. This would be great to read while on a road trip. That would be super fun, but definitely another easy read. I kind of tend to pick easy reads in the summer if you haven't noticed. My last pick and summer read recommendation takes place on an island, and it's called On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves. Another book I used to have, but I borrowed to my cousin because it's amazing. So we have 17-year-old TJ. TJ comes from a pretty well-off family, but he has been battling cancer for quite some time, and he's finally in remission. He really doesn't want to do much of anything. He's just trying to get back to regular life, to normal life, but he's missed quite a bit of school. So for the summer, the family is going to go to their private island in the Maldives, right? I think. Private island, and they're going to stay there for the summer, and so they're going to hire a tutor to come and kind of help TJ catch up with school. So they hire Anna, who is kind of, I think, in a relationship that's not really going anywhere. She is a teacher. She's just looking for a little bit of a change, so she signs up for this adventure. So the family goes ahead because, I don't remember why, they went ahead. TJ and Anna are flying to the islands together, and their plane goes down into the ocean. This all happens within like the first 5 pages, so I'm not spoiling anything. And they end up on a deserted island together for a little bit, for a while. I love this book. It's definitely summer vibes. You're on an island, but very interesting as far as how they survive, what they do to survive, how, like, they don't really know each other. So how is this relationship going to work? How are they going to work together to survive? What are they going to do to try to get off the island? All of those things. It's a fantastic book. Absolutely read it. A great summer read. Again, it's just, I need an easy read that I'm going to fly through, that's going to keep my interest and then give me summer vibes. Those are my like summer read needs, I guess you could say, for when I'm picking books in the summer. Anyways, I hope you enjoy all of those books. Leave comments below if you've read any of them and want to talk about them, or if you have a really great summer recommendation for me. I'd love to see it. Comment below. Don't forget to head over to Sarah's channel. She's got to have, I'm sure, 5 amazing summer reads, summer ideas, summer books. I wonder how she did it. Like I said, we never talked about it beforehand, but head over there. Check out her channel. I'm going to write down every book, I'm sure. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.